Hi there, and welcome to our first show of the fall season. I'm Nancy Guppy, coming to you from Studio E Gallery in Georgetown, where I'm standing in the midst of Written in Water, a solo exhibit of new paintings by Sarah Norsworthy. Sarah paints both in her studio and on site, often in natural settings like woods, mountains, and shores, as well as places closer to home, such as parks, pathways, and backyards. Sarah uses copious amounts of paint, which I love, so her canvas surfaces have this visceral, sculptural feel. Close up, you're taken in by how Sarah captures a sense of place and light in the way she moves the paint. And then, when you step back, the painting bursts into dynamic focus and you see trees, sky, flowers, water, driftwood, and maybe a bird or two. Sarah is the real deal, and this is a beautiful show to experience in person. Written in Water runs now through September 30. Hours and location are at studioegallery.net. We've got a terrific lineup for you, including highlights from summer 2023.
On my back, I'm getting a cactus octopus, so it's like a cactopus.
Thing is a homey music festival.
And music from the Delvon Lamarr Organ Trio. We'll begin with Bill Traver, founder and owner of Traver Gallery, who has been championing artists, many from the Pacific Northwest, since 1977.
I'm Bill Traver, the founder of the Traver Gallery. I grew up in Seattle. I went to Ingram High School, where I had a high school art teacher who encouraged me, because I was dyslexic at the time, to follow my interest in the arts, which I always got good grades in. All of my other grades were, Bill was a slow learner. The Traver Gallery, I think, wants to be a place where artists can feel like they can come and be supported. And we can support them in a honest, truthful, genuinely earnest way. Because I was a student at Cornish, there was this patron of Cornish, Annie Gould Hallberg. Annie Gould Hallberg was married to John Hallberg, who owned a tree farm up north called the Pilchuck Tree Farm. She got together with Dale Chihuly, who was from this area originally, from Tacoma. He went to Annie Hallberg and John Hallberg and told him about this idea of starting this school, this hippie farm up in the Pilchuck Mountains. And the Hallbergs went along with it. They said, okay, we'll let you have some property. And that's how the American studio glass movement got started. It seemed like this was something that was going to happen. This was something on the rise, you know. And we were new kids on the block. We were the new gallery in town. There were a couple other galleries, not many, who chose not to show glass. They didn't want to show glass because it wasn't an art form. It wasn't considered art. It was a craft. My daughter, Sarah, grew up in the gallery in Belltown. I have pictures of her as a baby crawling around the gallery. That's a great picture.
You know exactly how old it is by the can of Pepsi.
Yeah.
My dad loves telling the story of how my crib was actually a drawer in a dresser that they used as like a filing cabinet. And so really from day one, this has been kind of the center of my universe in some ways.
We had a gallery in Tacoma because they just built this new glass museum in Tacoma, and we wanted to have a location in Tacoma next to the glass museum. And so she came back and went to work there, and eventually got more and more and more involved in it. And of course, she knew all of the artists, and they loved Sarah. And then when we closed that gallery, she came here, and I was getting much older, and needed to take a break or move away from the gallery a little bit. And she took it on. She chose to become the director of the gallery and has been doing it ever since.
I have the privilege of working with some artists here that have been with the gallery since the very first shows that the gallery presented. I've literally known them my whole life. I want those relationships to be really deep. It's frankly what makes it successful, I think. You can't really represent art if you don't know the artist, if you don't know where they're coming from, what drives them, you know, who their pets are, who their kids are, where they like to travel. All these things are the stories that we tell that make these pieces come to life. It's fabulous. I get to see my dad every day. I think once we both came to terms with working together, we've just been able to learn a huge amount from each other. As he gets older, he gets wiser, and it's just wonderful to see how much love he gives to this place and to the artists that we work with and the collectors that we work with. And yeah, I just try and let that inform me every day. Growing up in this gallery and being surrounded by art my whole life has undeniably shaped how I approach the world. We're so fortunate here in the Pacific Northwest to have such a close-knit art community, and I think that it's really part of what makes the Pacific Northwest a special, beautiful place.
Well, I'd love to leave the gallery to Sarah in a way that she's able to take it on and into the next 50 years.
Currently showing at Traver Gallery is Unearth, a spectacular exhibit from artist Kathy McClure, who uses discarded battery-operated stuffed toys and transforms them into small-scale sculptures that she calls bots and mutants. Unearth runs now through September 30. Hours and location are at travergallery.com.
Here we are at the Seattle Tattoo Expo at the Exhibition Hall of the Seattle Center. The mission of the Expo is to bring world-class tattoo artists to Seattle, to give people the opportunity to get tattooed by people from all over the world that may not have had an opportunity to.
On my back, I'm getting a cactus octopus, so it's like a cactopus.
Getting a tattoo of a ghost from Beetlejuice, one of my favorite movies, and just makes me happy every time I see it.
Today, I'm working on a female samurai. Susie started this for me about a year ago. She lives in California, so when she came up here, I was on it.
We have obviously live tattooing. We have bands. We have the Seattle Tattoo Burlesque Review.
Who got a tattoo today? All right. Was it your first one?
There's also contests every day.
Very cool. Go show it off.
I am doing a raven and some flowers. That is my design. I specialize in neo-traditional tattoos.
I have always loved art, and you know, I think tattooing is a really good way. It's like therapy, so I've always really loved it.
This is my 30th year tattooing. I won't tattoo anything that's offensive or racist.
Right now is the most painful tattoo I've ever had.
Love for the people who come to the Expo to experience a little bit of the love of the tattoo community that I've been a part of for 32 years.
I'll say it's weird though, people like watching me get tattooed is kind of strange.
And Seattle Tattoo Expo is one of the top expos, I would say, in the US.
I love this convention.
I think it's pretty cool.
The Seattle Tattoo Expo will be back in August 2024. Exact dates TBD. An Art Zone favorite, the Delvon Lamarr Organ Trio, is at Jazz Alley this month, and to celebrate, here they are, Delvon on Hammond B3 organ, Jimmy James on guitar, and David McGraw on drums, performing Shortcake. The Delvon Lamarr Organ Trio plays 6 shows at Jazz Alley September 14th through the 17th. For this outing, Delvon will be joined by Josh Perdue on guitar and Asan Karimi on drums. Ticket information is at jazzalley.com. And that wraps us for this week. A big thanks to Studio E Gallery for hosting us, and a reminder that Written in Water paintings by Sarah Norsworthy is up through September 30th. So we're going to leave you with highlights from Thing, a 3-day music festival that rocked Fort Worden in Port Townsend in late August. There will be a Thing 2024, and we will let you know when those dates are set. So enjoy, and we'll see you soon.
What's up? What's happening? Where am I?
Thing is a homey music festival. It's a place where everyone can come with their families and be themselves and be comfy and still be like right up close to like really amazing music.
It's been a really beautiful day for this.
Yeah, beautiful day for this, really chill vibes. Everyone is doing everything from like enjoying right up close to the stage or taking a nap out in the grass. It's nice how everyone's sort of on their own vibe.
We live very close. And it's super exciting. There's a festival in our neighborhood and we love it. There's so much to do.
I'm a local. I came last year just for one day, but I have a 3-day pass this year. Thing is a sense of community.
They started a festival in our backyard.